What's going on, guys? It is your boy Cali Mac on the track, Never Whack, bring it back, and we are back with Strawhat Sitdown, episode 73? Question
Yes. Yeah, 73.
Okay, I had to double check. I wasn't 100%. You know, I put it in the title too. I should have remembered. But we are here with episode 73. You guys know the vibes. I am here with the Strawhat crew as of usual. We got the whole crew in attendance again.
Yes, sir.
Nice to see you. Love to see it. Strawhat Ma in the building. What's going on, my brother?
What is good, y'all? I want to talk about this banging ass chapter that we got, boy. I can't wait to get into it about this.
Chapter is heat. Chapter is heat. It was definitely some peak. Mr. G in the building. What's going on, my brother?
What's good, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Yo, shout out to D3. Happy birthday. His birthday was July 27th.
Yes,
Yo, happy belated birthday. And also, happy birthday to my maid of honor, Pam. Her birthday was the 28th, and that's where we were down on the shore. So I'm glad we got to make it back in time. But happy birthday to her. We have a few we have announcements today, and we have some things to talk about because there were some trailers and reactions leading up to, you know, everything going on right now. We got a lot to talk about.
You got an announcement?
Oh yeah, YHuss and I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just like that smaller
stuff. You didn't even tell the captain. That's crazy. This is news to me too. I'm here for it though. It's lit. Fuck it.
Oh, does this qualify as mutiny?
Yo, treason at the highest order. That's tough.
Nah, it's just, you know,
I'm looking forward to it too. Nah, it's a surprise for me too. I'm here for it.
Yeah, just more love for One Piece. Yo, you'll see. We'll talk about it more later. But
right, cool.
But yeah, let's get to it.
D3 in the building. We back with the camera.
Yes, sir.
You love to see it.
It's been a minute. What's up, y'all? Just like to talk about this chapter, man. It's like one of my favorite chapters that has dropped this year. So I'm really excited to talk about it.
I feel that.
I'm here for it. It's definitely gonna be lit. Last but not least, that boy, of course, YHuss in the building with his own brother.
Chill it, man. I echo all sentiments of. I just want to talk about the chapter.
I'm here for it. We can get right into it after we have a quick discussion before that, because there's a lot of One Piece content that has been released over the past week, 2 weeks. We're going to break last week. Yeah, so over the past 2 weeks, there's been a lot of discourse and discussion and content going around. So before we go into the chapter, we wanted to just do a quick little breakdown going over of the live action trailer, the official trailer, because there was a teaser trailer that dropped a little while ago, but the official trailer dropped, and pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I know YHuss and D3 just watched it like a few seconds before we started. Well, how did you guys feel?
I was like the other teaser to me was like, oh, it's cool to see One Piece, and obviously there was something I appreciated about the other teaser, like how the scale of like what they were doing. But I think this trailer showed a lot more of like how they plan to do stuff. Like we saw Alvida fighting another pirate crew. Yeah. So it seems like we're gonna get more exposition on characters like that. Like Buggy had a whole circus, which is cool. It was, you know, obviously it's taking over a whole town in the original, but it seems like they're changing stuff up in their own cool way. So like we all said, and I think we all agree that it's going to be a bit of its own thing. You know, it's not, and it shouldn't be one-to-one. It's an adaptation for in a whole different medium. So super hype, bro.
See, why was too positive about it? Damn, some of them niggas were ugly. I'm sorry.
No. I'm actually with you. Some of those characters did look crazy.
Like I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I get it's animated dash, but some of them niggas just did not look good. Like Arlong looked repulsive. I'm sorry. That was just they could have did better with him, boy. But yeah, overall, I think it'll be good for like people that are into like live action adaptations and like want to get into it, but not for me. I'm good. Not for me.
That's fair enough. That's fair. That's definitely fair. I'm definitely approaching with caution. I'm not all in, you know, like this is gonna be great, you know what I mean? Like definitely a little skeptical, but like you guys said, this is not meant to be, it's not really for us, it's not for the manga fans, you know what I'm saying? So we're definitely not the audience, so I'm definitely gonna go in with that thought in mind and just try to enjoy what I can enjoy, you know?
Of course.
The trailer looks sick. The trailer definitely looks sick.
It looks like, I think the trailer did more justice. Like it put me, it made me more optimistic for it compared to the teaser trailer. You know, the CGI looked good. Different things like it seems like they're intertwining some stories together, right? Moriarty and the Fishman, but we'll see. And I like that. You know, it's taking its own, like YHuss is saying, its own. You know, it's making it its own thing. But this is like Oda's like final push to like reach us over here in the West, make it all worldwide, and so he's just doing his thing, and I like to see that. I'm excited. And Mod, what you think?
No, that little chuckle was devious. That was devious. This nigga's about to drop the sickest shit ever. Go ahead, bro.
I agree and disagree on some things. It's just that like I think we all like appreciate the trailer. I think the trailer was phenomenal. Definitely way better than the teaser, personally.
Definitely.
I will agree that like Arlong looks atrocious. That was the one thing I was not feeling. I was like, oh no. Like and he's supposed to be the standard for like what Fishman would like. So I'm a little bit worried about like how Jinbei will look if they ever get that far, and like everything else. Like
I'm curious how the live action would do bigger characters like fucking
giants and shit.
Yeah, like the actual big size character.
And we got Chopper too. But we'll see.
Yeah, but the thing I do disagree with is that like this isn't for this isn't really for manga fans like that. And the reason why I disagree is because well, I've been keeping up with the live action stuff, so I've been keeping up with like what they've been discussing, the little behind the scenes stuff. I don't know if any of y'all seen any of those things, but they did a questionnaire. They did a questionnaire with all the people that are playing the Straw Hats and stuff like that, and they pointed out basically how much time they took into adapting the stuff from the manga to the actual live action, the amount of care and everything that goes into it, and they understand also the skepticism behind behind this and everything else. So the fact that that's even in their conscience lets me know that because if it wasn't for it, they wouldn't care. They would just do it.
No,
you know what I mean? Like, and then on top of that, I don't know if y'all also heard some of the other announcements, but the anime voice actors are doing the Japanese voice acting.
That's fire.
Yeah, I saw that. That's sick. That's really cool.
So that is definitely for the manga, like or anime / manga, because there's some overlap. Like, I don't really see too many like. Well, no, that's not true. I see anime onlys and manga onlys and stuff like that. But the point is that those are like anime and manga is very close together in terms of adaptation. It's barely any like deviancy that's super duper noticeable to the point where it's like, hold on, like basically Full Metal Alchemist, the show, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood in the manga. Those type of separations. It's not that deep. But people were worried that the live action would have that strong of a deviancy, and even though we do see that here in some ways, it looks like it's in a healthy way, because if you try to always do it 1-to-1, some things you just can't do because it's real life versus a drawing / all that. But the point I'm trying to basically get at is that it definitely looks like there is stuff there that manga people or anime onlys or both people who do both, the live action is there for in terms of like catering to and hearing out and all those things. Plus, on top of that, just one last thing. Mm-hmm. Just on top of that, Oda also sent out a letter that also said in the letter that he basically wants manga people to watch it and give it a because he said he understands that when people sees this live action, there's going to be some things that people are going to nitpick about, and he said, trust me, I was nitpicky too on the set, but there was also some things that he let rock because he said, you know what, I can see that, I understand, so it's there. I definitely believe the anime manga stuff, the anime manga fans would appreciate the live action. At least that's what they want to happen. I don't think it's like they're trying to target only non One Piece fans or people who never dabbled in. They're trying to get all of it, like everybody.
Absolutely.
That's fair.
That's where I come from. But overall, W trailer.
Yeah,
and I can't wait.
Definitely gonna be looking forward. When does it come out? When is
31st of this month. Yeah.
31st of August.
Yeah.
We know the Strawhat Sitdown will definitely be back with a review when that comes out.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
That'll definitely be real fun for sure. That's gonna be a fun episode. That first episode of the Netflix.
Is it coming out weekly? Do we know, or is it all?
I don't know. I think it's Netflix. I know Netflix be mixing it up, but usually a series like that comes out all at once.
Netflix doesn't normally do weekly. I don't think Netflix normally
some random anime.
For, like Vinland Saga, they did it for. They did it for like one other show, but I know that like you said, they normally do all at once.
I think there's some exceptions, but normally they don't. But it'll still be interesting to see how they do it. It's definitely a big IP. It's going to be a big show, regardless of how it's perceived. So
I'll watch the first episode with y'all, but if I don't like it, I'm not.
Yeah, that's it.
I
I respect
it. I will give y'all one. I'll give it an honest chance, but just know if that shit is ass, I'm hating on it for the rest of the time y'all talking about that shit. I just need y'all to understand.
He said, "I don't care if episode 2 is great. I don't care if episode 3 is the greatest."
You got one episode. You got one episode to get me in. Oh
no, that is so hard.
That's fair.
Someone's already a skeptic. Come in.
That's fair. But to wait and see for it. All right, though. I guess let's get into the chapter then, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
We went on break last week, so we didn't get to go over the chapter, but we're here. And this is definitely a chapter that we have to talk about because there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, and it's a good thing we got everyone.
Yeah, no, this is definitely worth it to get everyone for sure. All right, let's just get into it. Chapter 1088, final lesson. We start with a flashback to Garp creating a very young Koby. And I believe Helmeppo is in the room with him.
I believe so too. Yeah.
I see the little bowl, the bowl cut.
Yeah. And that might be the whip girl beside Helmeppo actually.
I know that it. I also see what's his name, Groot.
Yeah, Prince Bruce. Yeah, in the left panel.
Bruce.
Yeah. So it's basically all of Garp's underlings in this classroom, I suppose.
Inspiring.
He's giving them a lesson, talking about an old man and a baby have been left behind on an island. You're on a rowboat that can only hold 2. What do? Koby says that he gets off the boat to save both of them, and Garp just throws something at his head and exclaims she has to leave the old man because he's already dead. Crazy foreshadowing, but he talks about people's futures. The future of the young is infinite. Basically, just saying that the young people are more important than the older ones. Going back to the present, or we don't go back to the present actually, we go back to Amazon Lily. We go back to where the chapter took a gap, because when we got to Amazon Lily, we got the whole Blackbeard incident, and then I don't think we saw exactly how the transaction went down between Koby and Blackbeard, right?
Yeah, we just heard that. We just heard that afterwards.
We just heard the aftermath, right? So we get back and we see a little bit more detail in how the transaction went between Koby and Blackbeard. Telling them that he would risk himself or sacrifice himself as long as Blackbeard let all the other ships go. Very noble move. Koby the hero, holding it down.
Yeah, that was a super obviously we saw this chapter later we see Koby's the man, we know he's the real guy, we know he can do a lot, and especially even trying to fight Boa and Blackbeard on when we saw this actual fight, we know Koby's the man, but this is damn, he's bro, all these people, 800 mans, I can't just let that happen. Take me. I'm yo, this guy, what a real one, bro.
Absolutely real one. Absolutely.
Could we talk about how fucked up it is though, these guys, because I understand it's the Yonko system / Marine / the trifectas of the world powers, but it is crazy that a Yonko could just demand 800 soldiers of the enemy squad and their battleship, and the vice admiral can't do shit about it.
Crazy.
because he does not have orders to engage. Like,
Yeah,
are you fucking kidding me? Imagine if, like, in real life there was some shit like that, where I don't know, you could just snatch up 1,000 police officers and like they can't do like the concept alone is just wild to me. Like, that's just crazy.
Diplomatic immunity, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the rigidness of the marine structure is real crazy. Definitely real crazy. Very unfortunate situation. Good thing Koby was there to save the day. They would have all been cooked.
I liked how quick he was with that judgment. He didn't hesitate himself. You know what I mean? He made quick judgment. Was like, I'm gonna trade myself for them. And I also really liked how Blackbeard's response when he said that, and he was like, "How's that? Haha. You think highly of yourself or some shit like that, right?" Along
price for yourself, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
But apparently it's true. Like,
hey, he took it, so yeah, he was worth it apparently.
He crunched the numbers. My man's crunched the calculator numbers. Let's see, Koby equals captain's about. Yeah, I say you're about.
That makes that's correct.
100%. Yeah, so we go back to present day, back on the actual pirate island. We go back to where the last chapter left off, where Pizarro.
Yeah.
Right, Pizarro.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
The growth is there, bro.
Yo,
It's
you
beautiful.
love to see it. Pizarro has the giant island hand, floating over the marine ship filled with marines and civilians that were saved from Pirate Island. Everybody's scrambling. Nobody knows what to do. Oh, I have to put the Discord from my backstage. I'm sorry, guys. I'm over here just reading to myself. Boom. There we go. We then come back to Garp, that was on the floor at the last chapter. He says that the boys, Koby, Gru. Is it Gru? What is his name?
It's Bruce.
I keep saying Gru like fucking.
Groot?
Like the fucking plant nigga, yeah. Groose, okay. Koby, Groose, and Helmeppo. Garp says that they are the ones that can stop this. He tells Koby to destroy the hand, Groose to protect the ship from the falling rubble, and Helmeppo to make sure that the two aren't interfered with. And they start to kind of like, but I don't know if I can do it, but Garp stops immediately, tells them to be decisive, snap judgment, and they immediately get to action. Like, that shit was kind of hard, I can't lie.
That shit was hard.
That shit was hard.
And then when they like the fucking like the Dragon Ball shit, you know, when they just like disappear like that.
Yeah, the little teleportation line.
Oh, bro, I love that shit, bro. I was like, oh shit.
Nah, that shit was hard. I can't lie. That shit
was it's the Rokushiki technique, Soru. That shit goes hard, bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you're right.
And
go
ahead. No, it's all you.
I was also going to say that shows like, because you know those three got different personalities. Helmeppo, Koby, and what's his name? They Helmeppo was like, you know, sweating and everything. Kobe shocked and everything. Everybody's like looking the same way, but it comes to show you that when you're they've been trained to know that like when your not captain, but when your superior gives you an order, it's over. Like, you know, that military training inside them that makes them do it even against their like personality types. So I thought that was pretty cool, a little showcase of that.
I agree. It's like it was just so sick. They're like, yo, instantly like, oh yo, we can't do it. Like, bro, it's not a question, you know, like you gotta
get to it. It's that simple. Get to it.
And I actually like the TCB line a bit better, but I think it might have been like an extrapolation, like Loki. Like I think because I've heard that TCB does a thing where they do flowery language, even though it's really simple. Yeah. So I've heard that, so I can believe it. But in TCB, Garp says, never second yourself in the heat of the moment. I was like, stop it, that's a bar. Either way, sick moment.
No, 100%. So those three are on their way to try and stop this hand. Some of the pirates see Koby on the move and start to go after him and Groose. This line is confusing me. I think this is Groose saying destroy it. Do you have bombs or something? Oh, he's talking about the hand.
He's questioning Koby. How the fuck are you gonna do this, bro?
Okay.
Like, what? I've never seen you do anything on this level. Like, what do you got up your sleeve, bro?
Yeah, Groose is confused on how Koby's gonna do it. Koby says he's gonna have to do it. He just has to do it. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Question real quick. Is Koby the higher ranking, or is Rear Admiral
I think
higher?
Bruce is higher.
Rear Admiral is higher than Captain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because after that, after Captain, you get to Commodore, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and then it's like Rear Admiral, and then Vice Admiral and all that such.
And Helmeppo is under
Lieutenant.
Koby.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. Thank you.
Yeah, so Kobe saying he's gonna have to make do. The pirates start attacking the 3 Marines. They fire a rocket launcher at him. And Helmeppo actually comes up with the save. Oh, it's a cannonball, not a rocket launcher. A cannonball launcher?
Yeah. Yeah, you can say that.
A cannon?
A cannonball launcher. Oh my god. A fucking cannon. No, you're right. I'm bugging. But you don't really see cannons like over the shoulder. Like that looks like an RPG. Like that's some new shit.
Cannon launcher. No, you're not wrong. You're not
That's
wrong
some
though.
different shit.
It's like you see the subtleties of the technology in One Piece slowly growing throughout the years. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. But Helmeppo comes up with the save. He intercepts the cannonball, takes the blast. Bruce tells Koby not to turn back because they got to keep going with their goal. And meanwhile, we go back to Garp, who's kind of struggling to stand up, and in the face of Aokiji.
Yes, sir.
They exchange a little bit of dialogue, and then Garp goes full force. Is he? It looks like he's running at Aokiji, and then
I think he just lariats him, honestly.
My man blitzed him. He
blitzed him, bro.
That's the word,
My man said,
so y'all in my stream, right? So this right here is Aokiji on the floor?
On the ground, yeah.
Yes.
Bro, you know he did what the old heads at the park do when playing ball. They acted all tired, they got the ball, the next thing you know, quick move, pass you, going for a layup.
That was actually one of the best analogies I've ever heard on this podcast, bro.
Bro,
that was so real. Oh my god.
I was like, that's exactly what they do to you, bro, yo. And him calling him soft, he's like, why you worried about me? You said you a Blackbeard pirate, right?
Yeah,
and, just decked him, dude. Yo, like
Kuzan showed a quick second of concern, and Garp did not let it go to waste. Hit him with a mean lariat. Is this
next page? Yeah, you have it.
This is the next page.
Yeah.
Okay, so after the lariat, he beams straight towards Pizarro, the actual skull face of the island.
Yep.
Pizarro is absolutely confused on why he's coming this way, but we all know why he's coming this way. He's hitting him with a mean hockey punch. Galaxy Divide splits the face of the island in half and does some serious damage to Pizarro. We actually see Pizarro's physical body bleeding here. Yep. So I think this is the first case that shows that the island getting destroyed affects Pizarro's physical body.
Yeah.
Which
really kind of makes you think, because Pika, only where he was, you couldn't, he didn't become the stone, he just manipulated it.
Right.
In Dressrosa. So when Zoro cut, parts of his body didn't matter, he had to cut where Pika was. This fruit, I just kind of asked.
I think so.
It's really bad.
I agree. And I just realized that you can see his legs up and shit too. Of course. That's pretty cool.
I don't think the fruit is ass. I just think that for sure. I think that if
this is a bad matchup.
Yeah, it's literally just a bad matchup. If you're fighting somebody with a large destructive capability, then you're gonna get freed up. You know what I'm saying? Most people aren't doing this though. You know what I'm saying? They're not cracking the whole island out.
People are doing this shit.
Yeah. Basically, Garp has the destructive capability alone, level an island, and with that tier of power, I would say that it's definitely stronger than Pika's, but it has a bigger weakness if someone's at that level.
Yeah,
we did see moments of in the previous chapters when they first started fighting, when he first attacked, Pizarro complaining about that, that hurt or some shit like that. So Garp just amplified because he was talking about fires, take out the fires because they were burning him.
I remember that. Yeah.
And so I feel like this just goes to show you the wisdom, the experience of Garp, and he was like, oh, that shit hurt him. This is gonna fucking hurt him. This is so, and he's a big ass target too.
Callie, you're strong, buddy.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh,
That's
whoops!
it.
I was
That's
over
it.
here. Yo, that was my bad. I forgot I was streaming this page. Nah, yeah, that's facts though. It's a cool power, but it's definitely just a bad matchup for.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pizarro takes the damage, and Groose and Koby realize that this is their opportunity to take action. Koby.
Sick Koby line. Sick Koby line.
Sick Koby line. You see the determination in his face. He looks at Groose and says, "I'll live up to expectations," and then jets off.
Chills,
immediately
bro.
towards the hand. Yeah, no, real one, absolutely real one.
I'm so happy to see Koby come so far from like the little first episode,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So he jets towards the hand. Pizarro's now angry after the punch and is now swinging his hand towards the ship. Then as Koby is. Oh, first we see this is Garp, right? After the punch. Okay, this is Garp after the punch, talking to Helmeppo.
He's having like a
so
flashback.
we're going into a flashback. So we start with Garp, and the aftermath of the punch he just did, and now he's thinking about a flashback. He's thinking about a conversation he had with Helmeppo, talking about Koby learns fast, but he's always hurt. And he always has bandages on his hand. In between the flashback, we see a lot of the pirates looking at Koby and laughing at him, like, what is he gonna do to this hand?
All him and Ant and shit, yo.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're doing him dirty. So Helmeppo talked about Koby's injuries. Says that Koby told him to keep it a secret, but Koby has been doing the battleship bags in secret every single night. And this is after the training that Garp already puts them through, which is extremely vigorous.
What a goat, man.
Yeah, we get a little panel of Koby saying that he knows he has to put more work in because he has less natural talent. He knows he has to work 10 times harder, or 100 times, 200 times harder. And so he's been doing the punching bag, the battleship bags outside of the Garp training.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
What a goat, bro.
We got a sick panel of Garp smiling, thinking about it too. It's so sick.
Yep. Oof.
There's a nice prelude to what's to come. So yeah, they say look at the size of this ant next to the hand, talking about Koby next to the hand or whatever. Again, everybody's saying it's too dangerous. Everybody doubting him. Yada yada yada. Koby says, "Fuck all that. Honesty, impact. Boom."
Yes.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Bro.
Koby rips the shit out of Pizarro's hand, straight in half. One of the sickest feats of this arc so far.
Yeah.
Probably the sickest feat of this arc. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm not gonna
There's
lie.
kinda
A lot of manga panels usually don't make me pop up, but this shit, bro.
Nah, this shit was hype. I got literal chills. Absolutely literal chills.
I know in the anime when Koby is like charging this punch, bro, it's gonna go crazy.
Yo, no, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Like that top left panel, it's so fucking sick, man.
Yeah,
and obviously like this major one.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Definitely sick. Yeah, I want to talk about this a little bit. Before I get into the actual punch, none of us saw this coming.
Absolutely
not a single one of us guessed this. We were guessing fucking Tashigi.
We just
said Smoker might pop out. Nigga said Aokiji might do it. Not a single one of us thought Koby was gonna step up.
One of us did say, what if Koby steps up? And then we were all like, nah, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. And then we dismissed it, and so we just continued. But
no, definitely did.
I think one thing people we somehow got right was like, oh, what if Garp just attacks Avalo Pizarro like on his own?
Yeah,
and that kind of happened, but it didn't. It was like it was a start. It was like the beginning. It wasn't
it wasn't like the actual fight.
I remember we were talking about like what if someone attacks Pizarro like his body, and then the fact that he is the island, that is his body. So
we can take a small though, but no, this Koby thing, none of us saw. And honestly, it's not just us. I don't think I saw anyone saying
no one.
It was
crazy. I saw when I was looking in the YouTube sphere or the One Piece online communities takes. I saw things from like Cross Guild is coming and Mihawk is going to slash because it resembles what Zoro did to Pika, and like I'm like we all like everybody had the wildest guesses, but no one expected Koby, and literally their reaction, the
They didn't.
Reaction, what? That is us. That is that is us because we didn't think that Kobe had this in him yet. Like, but
absolutely.
But I mean, it makes sense because this is the final saga, bro. And Kobe's been there since day one, and now we finally get to see the fruits of his labor come to fruition, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is absolutely beautiful. Garp knew the whole time. He's like, yo, this motherfucker, he trained with me and still trained even more? Nah, he built different. Right? Like this gave me very heavy Midoriya and All Might vibes from My Hero Academia.
I agree.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw the comparisons.
The beginning, you know, when they go through the training and then Midoriya's still doing it late at night, and then when he cleans the beach, he's up top like fucking like ripped after all that training and just yelling because he did it all himself. Yeah, like that shit. Like, I love that moment. I love this moment so much. Like, Kobe was perfect.
Gotta say though, I think Kobe's way better than Midoriya.
No, of course. I'm just saying, it is much.
I'm messing with you.
It was given the same.
Yeah. They compare. They basically kind of have from the same ilk, but Kobe's just phenomenal.
This shit was sick. This was a very sick moment. We gotta talk about it a little bit because this has been a little bit of the discussion throughout the day, throughout the chapter week. Was it Conqueror's Haki?
It's a pretty. I thought it was. I mean, because of the lightning, I thought it was. I mean, that's just.
Okay, I agreed with you when I first read this thing. I was sure it was Conqueror's. Again, because for me, the thing that I thought was the number one tell was not just Black Lightning, because we'll probably talk about it. Black Lightning is shown in so many attacks clashes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But for me, it was the wind up. When someone winds up an attack, like literally they're just in their startup frames basically, and they're starting to do this attack. Like, that's when I see Black Lightning there, I'm like, yo, we haven't seen that except for Kaido, you know, Whitebeard and Roger and stuff. So that to me was like, oh, this might be it. But then Enigma showed a panel of Ulti's headbutt on Luffy in Wano having lightning during her wind up, and I was like, yep, it's out the window. I have no reason to believe this is Conqueror's Haki. So I can no longer believe it is.
The only reason I would say is because out of all the Marines that we know, I feel like Kobe would be one to have it, right? I mean, especially with his comparison to
Luffy,
I
think this would be a sick moment for someone to unlock it, bro.
Yeah, agreed. Just like when, right, we know the parallels of this arc to Marineford. Luffy showed Conqueror's Haki in Marineford. It wouldn't, you know, this would be a sick parallel to the fact that Kobe showed his at this moment. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like if it was actually Conqueror's Haki, it would have got more of a reaction. It would have been pointed out.
Yeah, I think there would have been. I agree 100%. I think there would have been explicit exposition.
Everyone saw this happen, and they were blown away by the feat, but no one said, "Oh wow, it looked like Conqueror's Haki." Because Garp's there, he would have noticed if that was Conqueror's Haki. You know,
absolutely.
He's too busy laughing, bro. He's too busy laughing. He kind of did a similar attack right before, right? Like, because he was winding up also when you see him with the Black Lightning coming out.
Talking about Garp in the Galaxy Divide?
Yeah, whatever.
He has the wind up with the Black Lightning.
Yep.
The same.
And it became like, I saw people saying like, oh, it's the thickness and like, you know, like the grandness of the lightning, and it's like, yo, it's not like that. That's we're too into it at that point, bro. Like, I agree. It's like we don't have the evidence to say there's Conquerors, so I'm cool with it being regular armament, and actually that makes it pretty cool too that he's doing this with just armament.
Yeah, no, it probably makes the feat even more impressive, to be honest.
Yeah,
without Conquerors, it's pretty strong.
Yeah, I'm at that same conclusion too, because at first, when you first read it, you do think it's Conqueror's Haki. I thought that at first when I first read it, but as we had time to sit and think on it, and I had time to look at both sides of the arguments. I can't in confidence say that that's Conqueror's Haki, because, like YHuss pointed out, like everything that was done here, you can go back to a different chapter and see that, you know, it wasn't Conqueror's Haki, but it's similar looking thing, and that has been the problem with. I will say, you know, Oda's my GOAT. I love One Piece, still my favorite anime / manga of all time. But my God, the Haki system is confusing as fuck. visually it is confusing as fuck because that's why we get these conclusions where people cannot agree on what is what. And I just think that like if it was Conqueror's Hockey, like D3 said, we would see bigger we would see it pointed out because usually Oda doesn't just do Conqueror's Hockey and let it slide. It is always pointed out in some way. When Zoro got Conqueror's coding, King pointed it out. When Luffy did it, you know, Kaido, Law pointed it out. And or like when Luffy did it at Marineford, hella people pointed it out. Like it would be weird if this is the one instance where Koby does it. I mean, where someone does it and no one points that out. Like,
I feel like it's also the moment of the situation. They're fucking trying to escape, you know. So no one's like, "Oh my god, Koby just cut the Conqueror's Hockey." They're just already baffled that fact that he did what he did anyway, because they never expected this from him.
Ace was literally 10 seconds away from being executed. Like that was an extreme situation too. Like, and everybody stopped and then like, wait, it's Conqueror's Hockey.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Luffy did, yeah, but
like extreme situations never stopped them from pointing it out as Conqueror's Hockey. Kaido fighting anybody, I would argue, is an extreme situation. And
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
And they took a moment and like that's Conqueror's Hockey. Like they do that because Oda knows that he made a poor job at giving us a visual representation of what that shit definitively is. So he has to spell it out with characters saying it. So
regardless of if he did it in this one or not, I do believe Koby would be one to have it.
Yeah,
I agree. If it was this moment for me and we knew and it was very obvious, I would be like, yo, that was fitting as hell. Especially like if you're working 200 times harder, you're doing it after the training, like bro, that's someone who has someone who wants to be like, you know, the peak of where they want to be. So
yeah,
it would be fitting, bro.
I could definitely see him getting it at some point. I definitely see him getting it before the end of the story. Actually,
yeah, let's zoom through and get D3's thoughts before we have to go.
Wait, what's up?
Let's finish chapter and get your like, you know, you can have your final thoughts before we have to leave.
All right. So yeah, he smokes the hand. Pizarro takes some damage. The rubble comes down, and Groose uses his glorp fruit to make a web of clay. The glorp web. And so fucking goofy, bro. It's just the name.
Yo, Groose is pissed, bro. Like he's like, yo, where the fuck did this guy get this strength from, bro?
Yeah, he's definitely a little jelly.
I like that Koby has rivals, you know. So
yeah, and it's cool to see Helmeppo come out and catch Koby and save him.
Yeah, I thought that was sick.
With the little tears in his eyes, proud of his bro. Because they've been they came up together. They've been together since they both joined the Marines.
Bro, they were in early chapters, bro. It was like chapter 3. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're real ones. They're definitely real ones. So the arm is defeated. The rubble is steered away from the ship. Everybody's saved. Everybody is on the ship and safe now, except for one person. Garp calls them on the transponder snail. They say that the mission to rescue Captain Koby is complete. When Tashigi tries to tell him to come back, he says to get away from the island at full speed. I will manage on my own. Your safety is the top priority here. Koby,
and that's good foreshadowing back to the start of this chapter.
No, right, because he says it right here. Because he says as soon as Koby's about to tell him to turn the ship around. Oh no, I read it wrong. I'm sorry, but it is. You're right. No, you're right. It is foreshadowing. I read what I was gonna say wrong, but that is foreshadowing to what happened in the beginning of the chapter. Koby goes to tell the prince to turn the ship around, but Garp tells them one day what happened here will be a major threat to all pirates, and keep moving onward, and all of you are the future of the Navy. As he says this, he is surrounded by the Blackbeard pirates with an icicle through his chest, and he's laughing. Fucking broke me. I'm not gonna lie. Laughing is crazy. We get a couple more news narrated bubbles before the chapter ends. They say that the next day's headlines spoke on the safe return of the Navy's young hero Captain Koby, the disappearance of Pirate Island legend hero Vice Admiral Garp, and the incident in which Straw Hat Luffy, Emperor of the Sea, barricaded himself within Future Island Egghead. And that is the end of the chapter. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
I told her. Bro,
I don't want.
told you.
I don't want D3 to get smoked. So
Yeah.
before he has to go, so
Yeah, because he gotta go.
Bro,
what do
Yeah,
you
go
think,
ahead.
bro?
I don't know where to start, man. Like, I'm gonna be that guy. I said Garfield's gonna die. You know, I called it. But
So you think he's dead?
oh yes, the nigga, he has an icicle through his chest, and he's got 10 Blackbeard pirates just standing around him. He's not.
So you don't think that the wording in the narrative bubble is a little suspicious?
Look, man. Either he's
The
dead, or
disappearance of the pirate rather than the death of the legendary hero.
either he's dead, or they're keeping him captive.
Yeah, no, 100%. I would probably lean more to the captivity, but
I completely agree. And to use your logic against you, I think if Garp were to die, we would see like Garp. It would have a narrative box and everything.
yeah, no, 100%. I don't think they're gonna die and then leave it. Like he deserves a better send off than that for sure.
See, I feel like I still think he's gonna die, but I feel like it's gonna be more fucked up. Like I feel like the Blackbeard Pirate's gonna pull up with Garp and just smoke him in front of everybody.
That would be crazy.
That would be
fucking
wild, crazy. Oh
That
my
would
God.
That would be wild.
Absolutely.
Like that. Okay, but that shit would be sick though. Like as a manga panel, just now would cement that could like cement Aokiji as a true villain. He just like
Bro,
just fucking,
they just roll up with Garp's head and throw it at Luffy.
Yeah.
bro. Oh,
keep it
man.
going, shit, bro.
One Piece, y'all niggas talking like this shit is fucking berserk or some shit.
Yo, for real.
Oh my
Or
God.
Attack on Titan.
All right,
Yeah.
no, but one thing that people were saying though, no one that Aokiji has killed is dead though, right? He could easily form an icicle over his chest. People were saying, and he kind of did it on the spot where he got stabbed. So what if it cauterized it? And they kept him alive to keep him, captured, or he's dead. I feel like the disappearance thing. Obviously the military does not want the world to know that Garp is dead, because that would be a huge blow. The fact that he's disappeared, they could always just make it ambiguous and shit like that. But
Yeah, I think the icicle's like a red herring too. Like he's fucking laughing.
Yeah.
And if that shit was through his chest, I don't think he'd be laughing. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
will say though, it's so Aokiji's picture in that panel. You see his tears are frozen. Like that shit is sick.
I saw somebody say that. I don't know if I would. It just looks like when he uses his ice
Yeah.
abilities, he gets frozen over. I
That's
don't
true.
know if I'd say it's his teeth.
I like to think so because they had their background. He was showing some softness towards him earlier in this chapter, so I do feel like if he did kill him, then there is some bitterness, or not bitterness, but like you know what I mean, like.
No, he definitely looks solemn. Like he's definitely contemplating a lot. But I think the tears is a little bit of a reach.
Oh shit, that's more
Yeah,
than
Yo,
Alright,
D3,
D3,
we appreciate
thanks
you
for joining
coming,
us, bro.
man.
That's the
Bye-bye.
problem.
Later, bro.
Later.
Peace.
I don't think that it is. I think he just looks like what he looked like when he did basically something similar to Saul. Like,
Okay.
and it's just supposed to be just a parallel to that, because just like Saul was laughing when he was getting frozen, Garp is laughing as he's getting frozen. On top of that, I fucking said so. I told y'all.
Oh my God.
I said that this dude, there's no way they're gonna kill off Garp and just like, I said they will get captured and he will be used as the next bargaining chip. Everyone was like, nah, that's too repetitive. That's not that, bro. That makes complete sense. They just said that Koby cannot be used as a bargaining chip for Blackbeard's Go. Now they got someone they can do that with.
Yeah, because
I
Garp.
mean, I still even though it happened, I still don't think that the thought process that we had was necessarily wrong, because they literally just went through a kidnapping in the few chapters before, so I think it's still redundant to do it again here. I don't think that changes anything. But
Yeah.
I actually think like the really big difference is that we didn't have like this kind of moment. This is like what a culmination of how it's all happened. With Koby, like doing that shit, and Garp's belief in them, and what they learned from him. I think what I said before was that like if we don't get much more, and it's like all we get was like a little bit of Aokiji feeling bad, and like it's he turned against Garp for real, like that, that's something for sure. But it would feel bad if like nothing else was came from this. So we got this huge, amazing chapter, this huge moment, and it's kind of like Koby and them can get the resolve from this. So I think we got a lot now. And so, I don't feel like nothing happened. You know what I mean? Not nothing happened, but I feel like we got a lot for it. So I'm fine with it.
yeah, no, that's fair. It's definitely a good moment. It's definitely a good moment. They definitely
Yeah, but
did it right.
you did indeed call it mod. I will give you that, brother.
Yeah, that's fair. That's definitely fair. Go ahead.
Wait, no. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna keep going. That's really it with the Garp, right? 'Cause that's it. All right, people.
Yeah, like we kind of covered Koby.
I was just gonna go on. What happened?
I just thought of something when we were going over the ending, like the chapter, and then we talked about like how the beginning foreshadowed this, and how Garp always valued the youth, right? Because they are the future. Mm-hmm. And then it just made me think of Marineford, like, right? And what did what did Alkainu want to do? Once he saw Luffy, right? Luffy show Conqueror's Haki. He wanted to smoke him. He said, nah, that motherfucker's the future of the pirates. I gotta smoke him now. And that's why it was so important to get him off. And I just like clicked to me, like that's just how, that's why another reason, I mean, aside from like, you know, Garp getting upset because he was close to Ace, but you know, that was also another future that was smoked out. And I feel like that's something that Garp does not like, I don't know.
It's like mad important to me, yeah. Then
exactly, yeah. So it's just something that made me think about that.
Honestly, like it was an amazing chapter to get like a lot, like this guy, you know, Garp, a lot of Garp's views. And honestly, what I think, like, I kind of appreciate way more, especially because of how, like, this chapter, I feel like the moments from when Garp said, "Okay, get going," right, and they all just disperse. I think from there to Koby's punch, when I was reading this chapter, my hype was actually like just rising. And then when Koby did that punch, I thought to myself, like, yo, I don't think I've been that hyped for a One Piece chapter in a minute. Like this, like the pure hypeness, the shonenness, you know, like of like what a sick moment in terms of like the power and the accomplishment. Like that was such an amazing chapter. So I feel like it's cool to get that from a Marine perspective. Like we haven't had Luffy in like more than 10 chapters. Yeah, but like the fact that we're having Marines as the main characters, like Koby and them, they feel almost like the good guys. Even though we know they are,
yeah.
But they almost feel like protagonists. This shit was fucking sick. So it was cool to have that for a whole.
One of the few times I'm actually rooting for the fucking Marines.
Yeah, no, it's definitely cool to have to see it from a different perspective like that. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely cool.
But it seems like we're switching it up now.
Yeah, we're going right back to Future Island Egghead. This last narrator box. It's interesting because it says that Luffy has barricaded himself within Future Island Egghead.
Didn't it say something else on TCB?
I think it did.
Right?
It was something similar, but it's like we heard it was like a siege, which is honestly it kind of implies that
a siege, right? It's more or less the same thing.
So
right?
Yeah. Okay. I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. I'm excited. Like honestly, like whatever Oda shows us, we just chilling.
When we left them, the last time we left them on Egghead, they were looking for Vegapunk, right?
Shaka found him. He got smoked. So yeah, everyone's looking for Vegapunk.
The Straw Hats. Yeah, no, Shaka found him, and Vegapunk was kidnapped, and the rest of the Straw Hats were looking for him.
Yeah. But they like most of them are all caught up, I think, though, right? Like Sanji, Zoro, Luffy are fighting. Nami's with Sanji. Brook is with Sanji. Where's Robin and Chopper? Do we know?
Robin, Chopper, and what's the bitch? Atlas.
Atlas. They're just walking around, right?
They're going
to
the basement. Yeah, because Atlas said, "I know one place that hasn't been seen yet." So they're going to where Vegapunk is right now.
Yeah. Real quick. This last panel, those are the Marines going to there, right?
Yeah.
Because we have the Marines going to Egghead. And then remember when we left off, we saw the Blackbeard Pirates going to Egghead also.
Yeah.
So like we got.
Yep.
Damn, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, Egghead is going to be. It's gonna be something.
I remember you saying a few weeks ago, Callie, like that's something that stuck to you when Egghead first started was the incident. So we're definitely getting close to that shit, bro.
Yeah. The incident? Oh, like when they said it. Okay, yeah. We've been waiting because we haven't been here for so long.
Exactly, bro. It's nice. Damn. My goodness. One Piece has been on fire, yo. We got the manga been OD. Since for like a year now, the live action trailer that we went over.
Maybe not on it.
I think we're close. We're getting close to it, right?
Yeah,
we're getting close to the year mark. Even though it hasn't been like Egghead the whole way, like since when we started.
I mean like the arc in general, not on Egghead.
I think under a year, basically.
I think it was like either October or September.
I think so too, yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, like around this time is when we got Wi-Fi hockey from Shanks.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
ending of Wano.
Because
Okay,
June,
so-
June last year was the other break.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that was the post. Yeah, I do remember that. You're right. That was the
Yeah,
post.
so it was like September that we got around
Okay.
Egghead. So yeah, coming up on a whole year, bro.
Definitely moving. Oda has been having his foot on the gas this whole time, man.
Oof.
Yeah,
Man.
and low-key, I'm kind of glad I took a break because now we're only 3 days away from a chapter or
Yes,
so.
sir. Yes, sir. Indeed.
And I need, like Sky said in the chat, he was more hype almost for the Luffy stuff. So I agree. Like now that we've been away from Egghead, I just want to go back, bro. Like
Yeah.
I need more on everything. I need
Yeah.
more on,
I
on
think
Bonnie,
Oda-
Kuma, everything.
Oda did a really good job of breaking up the monotony.
Yeah.
Did a really good job with that. He definitely kept us interested, and then took us away to keep us interested in something else, so that we're even more interested in the island when we get back. Really good stuff.
It's almost like I don't know if y'all remember over a year ago when we were on Wano and we were talking about like, man, I just really want to know what's going on with everybody else right now because we just been with the Straw Hats and
Yeah.
Wano and stuff so long. And Oda gave us that with within the last 6 months or so with everything else in the world, and it's like now we're missing the Straw Hats. So I think it's great that Oda does this, which is so different from the past, that like we get what we want and then we also get the stuff that we don't even realize that we miss because of it. Like it's pretty cool.
Bro's a goat, bro. Bro's an absolute goat.
And he answered the questions because right for like the longest time we were like, what happened in Reverie? Like
Yeah.
and we got those answers. We got to see what happened to Law, what happened to.
And he gave us more than
Yeah,
what we were
like,
asking.
he gave us way
Yeah,
more
I
than.
don't think any of us expected to see Law and Kid again so soon.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Definitely.
Not at all. You were right, Callie. Not at all, bro. Like,
Definitely.
And for the Reverie stuff too, it's like he gave us like the names of the girls. He gave us Emu's fucking name. He
Yeah.
showed us their abilities. Like, and I
fucking
think
Lily,
another thing,
like-
I probably said it a few times because I keep hearing it from like people like Morage, is that all the stuff that we're seeing is gonna matter when we go back to Egghead. The whole Reverie stuff, because we know the girls is coming to Egghead, right?
Yeah.
We know Vegapunk, is doing research on the poneglyphs and stuff like that. And another line that I forgot about from Egghead, I think I said maybe a few episodes ago, is that when Stussy was talking to the big dude with the accent, Tamaru, she's saying that Vegapunk took the O'Hara's research much further. And I feel like we haven't seen that really. Like we've gone a few things like a bit about the energy source or whatever, but we haven't seen like what is he like. I feel like we have not seen the extent of his research into the Void Century and stuff. So, and also there's Kuma's backstory, Kuma being part of a special race. Egghead's gonna be crazy, man. Oh my god.
Yeah. Definitely looking forward to getting back. Definitely gonna be lit. Anything else on the chapter you guys want to talk about?
That might be it for the chapter because it was really singularly focused, to be honest.
Yeah, it was pretty singularly focused. All right. Before we get out of here, we do want to have one more quick discussion because, like Mr. said earlier, One Piece has been on a tear the past few weeks, going into the next month or so. We got a lot of One Piece content coming out. One of these things being the premiere of Gear 5 in the anime.
Yes, sir.
That episode is going to come out next Saturday night, I believe.
Kel, you're gonna do a Discord showing, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably do a Discord.
All right. So if anyone wants to join, join Callie Saturday night.
Yes, sir. Make sure you follow Strawhat Sitdown Twitter. We'll probably post a link out there if anybody want to pop out. You feel me? Celebrate Gear 5 with all of us.
Hell
I
yeah.
almost forgot that that's also when Evo happens too.
It is Evo. Yeah, we were talking to YHuss about it, but I'm prioritizing this episode. Like, I don't care what's going on. I'm watching this episode.
Yeah,
at 10 p.m. when it drops.
anyway. It's like Dragon Ball is left. at that
Yeah,
point,
so like it's a tournament, so I don't mind missing a match or two to watch an episode, and then I'll go back.
Yeah,
after, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It ain't no big deal.
Yeah.
But
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But there was a trailer revealed for Gear 5 about a week ago, I believe.
Yeah.
Showcasing some of the animation for the episode. Absolutely fire, absolutely gorgeous, super hyped for this episode. I'm sure all of us here are hyped for this episode, but a lot of people on social media don't feel the same way. There's been a lot of discourse over the past 2 weeks about Gear 5 in the anime and how much impact it will really have. How big will it be? I want to get your guys' thoughts on it, because I feel like a lot of the discourse gets memeified because there's a lot of troll accounts that say bullshit like, oh, this shit is going to be the best form of all time, better than Super Saiyan, yada yada. And I feel like discourse like that really just muddles like real conversation about it. You know what I mean?
Great
Absolutely,
word. Great word,
absolutely.
Callie.
Yeah. So I want to get your opinion. How impactful you guys think that Gear 5 will be when it drops in the anime?
I think it'll be very impactful. I do feel like social media spoils everything, right? Social media now spoils everything. The moment it's out, it's on fucking social media. So it's, Super Saiyan was so iconic because I feel like a lot of us didn't know. We didn't read manga at the time, and we were just waiting for Dragon Ball, like episode at episode on fucking Toonami back in the day, just waiting for that. So
yeah,
it's different. Like it's still gonna be iconic for One Piece, right? It's fucking Gear 5. We've been waiting for it for so long, and I still get goosebumps every time I watch that trailer or think about it. Because the fact that we're finally going to see it animated come to fruition is crazy, man. Like, so I think it's still going to be huge. I hope it breaks the internet. Just like everyone was hyped about Ultra
breaks the
Instinct.
internet, but do you think it will break the internet?
I think it can. I think it's because it's huge in Japan, huge in France. We'll see.
I think One Piece is big, like everywhere outside of the
USA.
No, it's not even the USA, because I would say like North America, South America. I don't know what.
No, yeah. So you're right. No, you're right. Because South America loves Dragon Ball and Saint Seiya.
Yeah.
Like they love, and then One Piece is like huge in Brazil, but then that's about it. So.
But I think outside of those two, I think One Piece is pretty big, like the rest of the world.
I think one thing that kind of fucks that up is that people that talk about Gear 5 is gonna break the internet, they've been saying this shit for months.
Yeah,
and it's like I feel like that kind of diminishes the
impact,
like, the hype. Yeah, like it's like we talked about how hype is gonna be, so people are like, oh, there's this hype thing happening. I think part of what made Ultra Instinct, obviously, Super Saiyan was crazy, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. I was born in 2001. Like,
you were a baby.
I was a child. Yeah. Like, Super Saiyan exists to me, and obviously I can appreciate how hype it is like now to a degree. But like for me, my real experience with that was like Ultra Instinct. Because
Ultra Instinct was hype. Ultra Instinct was hype. I remember.
Super right at the end. So I was there for like the very ending, and I watched with all my dogs at the same time, like at my boys' crib that day. So, I heard that was fucking up Crunchyroll. Obviously there's no metric for breaks the internet, quote unquote, right? But and then there was that, and there was Demon Slayer's episode 19 when they showed that crazy animation with a move that Tanjiro did. And I think that what those things have like as an advantage is that I think the manga in One Piece might be bigger than the anime sometimes. Like I feel like the hype for One Piece is about the manga, and some animes like Demon Slayer and Super wasn't in the term. The manga wasn't even in the term.
That's one of the biggest things too that a lot of people brush over when they make the comparison between Ultra Instinct and Gear 5 Luffy. Is when Ultra Instinct came out, the manga was not up to that point. The anime was ahead of the manga, so there was no way.
That was a premiere.
Yeah, so it was literally a surprise for everybody. They had an extreme advantage in that regard.
This is true. That's true.
Yeah. So not that I think that those are at, like the same level or whatever, but my point is that so they had all that advantage, and now that we had the manga, and that happened a year ago in the manga, people have been saying, oh, I can't wait for the anime, I can't wait for the anime. So I think a little bit of it is diminished. So I feel that people are kind of, and there's the sentiment that it has to break the internet, So I think people are setting themselves up for a little bit of disappointment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
I would say I'm sorry, go ahead, Ma.
Oh no, I was just go ahead. What you were going to say, then I'll finish after.
I would say on the contrary too. I think that a lot of the hate that is perceiving is actually going to help it break the internet. Absolutely. On top of everybody that's excited for it, we have a whole bunch of people that are just ready to hate on it. And no matter what your opinion on is, as soon as you send a tweet with the word Gear 5 in it, it goes towards the algorithm or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So.
I didn't realize it was this thing that people were gonna hate on. Like, cause Sanji says in the chat, AOT fans made 300 accounts ready to review bomb. So
I wouldn't be surprised. I actually wouldn't be surprised. I don't know about AOT necessarily, because I don't think AOT has really been in the discussion with this.
But yeah, I guess it's creating polarization. But these internet niggas, for lack of a better term, like it's not a race, But
yeah.
So they're gonna be.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, bro?
I was going to say that, like, one, I don't like The thing about Ultra Instinct is that, like, I think because of like the natural inclination of what Dragon Ball is, you know, it makes it easy to get hyped over Ultra Instinct. The elements of Ultra Instinct was also there, and the foreshadowing and everything. That broke the internet definitely because, like, you know, of everything that surrounded it was like the perfect storm.
Yeah.
Gear 5th, it doesn't really feel like it's the same air. I don't have like I can't explain it, but it doesn't feel the same air. And also I'm also a little weary about the idea that like it's going to have received overwhelming like same reception as Ultra Instinct, because I remember when Gear 5th came out, it was like some of the most polarizing shit. Like between like the One Piece community was split like a mug. Like I remember people loving it and people absolutely hating it. They talked about how this Tom and Jerry / Looney Tunes form breaks tension immensely with the Kaido and Luffy fight. I remember that.
I do too.
So I definitely can see anime only fans feeling the same way if it happens like that. And even though I'm here for it, I'm assuming that everybody else in here is here for it because, you know, we all think that that's still hype at the end of the day. Ultra Instinct versus Gear 5th, you're going to get like it's kind of a different, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of a different. It's kind of a different like type of people. Like people who love Ultra Instinct, those are the people that like, and I'm one of them too, who love like the edginess, the hardness that Ultra Instinct delivers, because it's just straight up hands. It's straight up, and people love it. Gear 5th takes you out of straight up hands into a more thematic. Oh, this is Luffy. This is what the story actually. And if you're not invested into One Piece like that, if you're invested in One Piece because like the fights are amazing or something like that, I can definitely see people having a problem with Gear 5th. So I'm a little bit like, I don't think it'll like break the impact or break the internet with the same type of impact as Ultra Instinct. But personally, I'm here for it. Like I'm here for it to see.
That's actually a great thing that I actually forgot about. Like it was like it definitely was not 100% like acclaimed when it happened.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So that's actually a great point.
I also really I agree with the explanation that you gave. Ultra Instinct is a lot easier of a form to digest, whereas Gear 5, you know, it comes with the lore that comes with it, the story implications that go back to episode 1, which is cool for all of us that have been there from episode 1 to now, but people that are only watching for the fights and the cool shit is definitely not going to have that same impact. So I actually really appreciate that that explanation. I think that actually toned down my excitement. Not that it toned it down, I'm still hyped, you know what I mean? But I can definitely see how it won't be as impactful as people are hyping it up to be.
And I think what I like was thinking this entire time is that like it's almost a bit greedy to like want it to destroy the internet or whatever. Like I feel like we should be hyped to see our favorite, you know, manga in anime format, and that should be enough. You know what I mean?
Yo, honestly, YHuss, that's fair, but I'm tired of these niggas slandering One Piece, bro. I really want this shit to just be the biggest form of all time and just break every site on the world and just shut everybody the fuck up. Like, that's me personally. I know it probably won't happen, but I would love to just shut everybody the fuck up. Like, hold
I'm with
that
you on
shit,
that, Kelly.
I can get behind that.
Yes, oh, man.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel it.
Yeah, it would definitely be cool. But it's definitely still gonna be a dope episode, regardless. I think all of us are definitely gonna enjoy it, regardless.
I do see a lot of people just watching that episode. You know, just because of
like just skipping and going straight to the and you know what too? Gear 5 has been. I feel like majority of people know Gear 5, even if you don't watch One Piece.
Yeah.
I was gonna also say that the fact that like, and not just the community like on social media, but like Toei, like the recent conventions had a big ass Gear 5 Luffy. Like they had the cards already, had the Gear 5 cards. They already, you know, they have the merchandise dropping tomorrow actually, like figures, Gear 5 figures and shit. So like, it's like even Toei is already like upfront, like, oh, here's Gear 5,
Yeah,
like be
Gear
ready.
5, yeah, right.
Yeah. I never seen. I don't even think did Ultra Instinct get a trailer before it happened.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
No.
like it's definitely anticipated to be like really huge. And I'm not even saying when I said before, I'm not saying that it's not going to be big. Just want to make that clear. Like it's definitely going to be one for the culture. It's going to be great. But like I feel like Ultra Instinct, it was like its impact was clear cut. It was like, oh, here's a new form. Oh, this is the form that defines Dragon Ball Super, and this form is like it's easy to digest. Like Callie pointed out, like it's easy.
I think you put it best. That's what niggas are watch Dragon Ball for.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but the fact that Toei, like y'all mentioned, like and Mr. Toei has been pushing Gear 5th, and I've been seeing Gear 5th merch and all that other stuff, which is way before the anime even like got to that point.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's interesting because I don't think I've ever seen that where like they're already pushing merch from the manga.
Yeah.
And before it hits the anime. So it definitely has impact, and it's definitely going to be great. But its impact, I feel like, is going to be different. I just think it's going to be different. We're going to get a lot of polarizing. We're going to get a lot of people either mad about it, hype about it. We're going to get people saying like, "Oh, that was mid. I don't see what the hype was over," and all that other stuff. We're going to see all that.
Okay.
But
that's true.
But like Callie said, that won't change the fact that the algorithm, because the simple fact that it's even being talked about, is getting picked up anyway. So, it's going to have an impact in the sense of polarize. I feel like it's going to have a lot of polarization, back and forths, and all that other stuff. But either way, I'm here for it because Luffy, he's that dude that disrupts the peace anyway. So it's what it is.
That's
so
real. That's real. Anybody can do it. Luffy can do it, baby.
Oh, facts. Oh man, I'm excited.
It's definitely gonna be lit. We all excited. The episode airs next Saturday. And of course, Strawhat Sitdown will be there the next day to talk about it. Because why not? That's almost it for the episode. I believe Mr. G and YHuss have something they want to tell you guys. This is news to me too, so I'm here for it.
YHuss, you want to go or?
Yeah, I can take it away. So we actually we mentioned it a little bit to you guys because it was something small that we thought was like just something we'll try out and see where it goes. And it was the ideas that maybe we should have some smaller, shorter content that should help people, like, refamiliarize themselves or, use it as a way to almost catch up and or watch when they're watching and reading One Piece for the first time. They can see our shorter content that goes over. That's the main thing. We're gonna go over the arcs as they happen, and so they'll be able to come back and watch this episode. So the plan. We've reread the first 20 chapters so far. We're gonna go over the Luffy, Zoro, Koby part, and just do segments like that. So we'll be talking a little bit about what happens, mostly recap, and a little bit of our thoughts on it. A little bit of for spoilers for people who are rewatching, how it will extend to what's happening now in the manga. And so the aim is for shorter content that will recap
digestible bites. Yeah, digestible bites of like the early arcs for people that. I just want us to do our part, right? Oda's doing his part, making the live action, trying to spread the word of One Piece, get it out there. And I feel like we could definitely have an opportunity to go over the beginning and get more people in to One Piece. Because I know a few friends are like, oh, we want to catch up to your podcast, but you guys are so far ahead, right? So this is for those that want to watch from the beginning. And, if they get into it, they get into it, but we'll be going over it little by little. And the title that we thought of, we're gonna call it the One Piece Runback. So we'll be premiering that on Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll be recording the first episode. Probably on Mr. Streams. The first one's gonna be me and him. As always, of course, every crew's member can come on any arc they want.
Yeah.
You don't even feel the need to reread it if it's like an arc that you really fuck with. You want to talk a little bit about it. You can come on, share your thoughts, and so yeah, it's gonna be like just short things. It won't happen weekly. It won't happen every 2 weeks. We'll just as we reread it, we'll just be dropping them when we can. So yeah, it's a little side project on the side. The Strawhat Sitdown will have a little bit of an expansion, and it extends to all of us. Please, as you guys are here, Callie, Maud, if you guys ever want to join us, let us know.
It's lit. It's lit. The One Piece Runback Wednesdays. You better tap in, man. I remember you guys telling me about this now that I think about it. I just didn't know what it was going to be. That's sick, though. It's definitely sick. It's going to be dope. I definitely appreciate you guys. That is definitely a good way for newer fans to still be able to keep up with the podcast. I get that a lot, too. There's a lot of people that I know that are catching up to One Piece. Like, they want to watch the podcast, but you're not going to.
Yeah, bro.
So,
we're going to. Just want to do our part, bro. Like
the heralds, the One Piece heralds here.
Shit. Honestly, hey, that's what the sit down is, baby. We the heralds of One Piece. Let's go.
That's one of the reasons I'm so glad we started doing the sit down period. Is because I'd be thinking like, man, I wonder what I thought about when in chapter 800 or 700 when Luffy got his first billion bounty berry. I wonder what I was thinking. And now we can go back and watch our reactions. So we just want to really appreciate how much the journey means to us, So obviously we've been here since Wano, but we're in the final saga, man. We can't forget how impactful it is. So a little bit of an announcement for that.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie though, I started watching One Piece, right? So reading it, this will be my first time reading it from the beginning, and I already from the start I had no idea that we started off with the Shanks Luffy. We didn't get Koby meeting Luffy in the beginning.
Right, because the anime starts differently than the manga. Yeah.
Exactly. So like it threw me off, and like but you see little things here and there, bro. Like, fucking like Koby telling Luffy. You know how we talked about the whole Will of D and like how Luffy's imagination fruit is helping people like get to whatever they got to do. Yeah. And Koby was one of the people that Koby told him his dream to become like a big Navy soldier to help people, and that's exactly what he's doing. And we fucking saw that today with this chapter.
So it's gonna be great to read it.
You love to see it. You guys heard it here first. New segment of the Strawhat Sitdown, the One Piece Runback, will air occasionally whenever Mr. G and YHuss get to it. But make sure you guys follow all our socials so you keep up to date with it. I'm sure they will keep us updated on the Twitter, the Instagram, the TikTok, etc., all at Strawhat Sitdown. You follow all those and you will be up to date and you will know as much as we know. It's lit. We appreciate you guys. It's mad lit. I'm definitely looking forward to hopping on a few episodes.
Oh yeah, definitely let us know what you guys think. I know Mod's helping me with the thumbnail, so I'm excited.
Yo, big shout outs to Mod too. If you guys have noticed, the YouTube thumbnails had a jump in quality. That's all thanks to this guy right here. Strawhat Mod is that.
Yes, sir.
Much love.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much.
Love to see it.
But yeah, it's a team effort. So please, you guys ever want to join in? You guys ever have criticism? Let us know, man.
No, we in there. Absolutely in there. Right. I think that's actually it for the episode this time.
Yeah.
That's it for real this time. All right, for real.
That's it for real.
All right, we appreciate everybody that hung out with us today, man. We had a lot of stuff to talk about. We had an exciting new announcement from these guys, and we are looking forward to more Strawhat Sitdown content in the future. All right, make sure you guys follow all our socials at Strawhat Sitdown on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, etc. Anywhere you can find content, you can find the Strawhat Sitdown crew. So make sure you follow us everywhere. All right. Yeah. Chapter this week, Gear 5 episode this week. The Strawhat Sitdown episode this week is going to be a banger, so you need to make sure you tap in this week. It's going to be lit. This Sunday is actually going to be lit. I'm looking forward to it.
Hell yeah! I hope everyone gets to watch it before we go live.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see what happens.
They better. There's their fault they don't, bro. What?
We'll see what happens. That's gonna be it for us today, though. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time, you guys take it easy, be safe, be healthy. We appreciate you guys, and we will see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that One Piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that One Piece? We are. Strawhat Sitdown crew in the building. We Corona to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this, and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin'. Every time an episode is dropping, we see D3 3 in the corner. Mister, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut. Always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's YHuss, last but not least. If you ask me, then Cali, mad the captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that One Piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that One Piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are.